Hello, I'm Cubby with a personal spin, and today I'm going to be reviewing this classic thrash metal album, The Years of Decay. I have taken the album cover out of the CD so that you don't get any wild camera flashing. Right, well, The Years of Decay was released in 1989, the year after I was born. Old! Which is right at the end of the sort of heyday of thrash, really. After 1989, it kind of, I wouldn't say took a nosedive, but all the bands sort of went, oh, let's slow things down and go groovy. And you can hear elements of that in this album. It's a really good album. It opens off with two really good songs, Time to Kill and Evolution. Did that without even looking at the case. And then I Hate is also pretty good. Elimination is probably one of their most famous songs because it's got the chorus that goes elimination, elimination, like that. And and it's got that cool riff. And Time to Kill is just really cool. I've actually forgotten how it goes, which is really annoying because I literally just listened to the CD. Never mind. Then they did something a bit different on the album. They released Playing with Spiders / Skull Crusher. Now Skull Crusher is like the main body of this 10-minute song, and it goes, they really slow everything right down. It's really reminiscent of Master of Reality by Black Sabbath, and it's really slow. Like that sort of thing. Really bad erosion. Sorry, your ears may now bleed for 1,000 years, but there we go. Which is indicative of the way things were going with thrash. They were slowing things down slowly but surely. The other thing that was happening in thrash at this point was everyone was sort of going all technical. So you got Justice for All, Victims of Deception. Most of Testament was pretty more technical than earlier albums, and this album follows roughly in that vein, especially in terms of the bass guitar. It's really out there. Some really epic bass playing, including a Slap Poppy thing in, I think it's Who Tends the Fire or Birth of Tension. It's one of those two. I have notes behind me, but if I look at them I'll just be talking like this. Anyway, this is considered one of their classics. The other would be probably Horoscope. I tend to agree with that, although I'm not familiar with all their albums. The album they released before this was called Under the Influence, and it has a similar-ish sort of sound. They're starting to go from just out-and-out New York-y style thrash metal to a more varied thingy. However, I think Under the Influence had a bit of a misstep in it. I remember when the last time I listened to it I was like, oh, that's a bit, I don't know what they're doing there, but I'll have to listen to that and review it for you at some other point. Back to this album. The only thing I could say that isn't so good with The Years of Decay really is the production. It's all a bit flat. The guitars are pretty, as good as the riffs are, the actual sound of the guitars is very lifeless. It's quite dead. It doesn't. It's very flat. It doesn't have a whole lot of energy to it. It's one of my biggest complaints. The other is the drum sound isn't very strong at all. The snare drum just kind of sounds like someone tapping the top of a tin lid with a pencil. It's very sort of pushed back. I would have pulled it forward, livened up the guitars a bit by putting a bit of high end in, and that I'm not really a production person. I'm just trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about. However, the bass guitar sound is to die for. It's so good. It's bassy and rumbly, then it sort of cuts out all the middle, and then it's got this high, twangy sort of sound on the top, which really cuts through everything else, especially on this album because it's all so lifeless. Bobby's vocals are excellent. I mean, they're pretty unique. I mean, everyone tends to be a bit screechy, but he's got like this, and I can't think of another word to describe it. It's not really a screech, but I'm going to use the word screech anyway. It's like a guy who's been kicked in the balls, but it's really good. And I'm not saying he's been kicked in the balls or doesn't have any balls, because obviously he doesn't. He's Bobby fucking Blitz. He's fucking awesome. But you know, he's got a really distinctive voice, and on this album, especially on Elimination, I love the way he does that E on the Elimination. It's just epic. But he also shows that he has more melody in the album. Now this is the other interesting thing. The last sort of 2 or 3 songs show a different side of the band, with lots of arpeggiated riffs and a little bit of a different kind of slowness, rather than the crushing, heavy slowness. They go for the twingly dingly dingly type slowness. It just, for me, it breaks up the constant. Now I like that, but the album itself is longer, and if you got 50 plus minutes of A, you get neck ache from headbanging, and oh no, I'm showing my age, and B, it's unimaginative really. Even no matter how good all the riffs are, it just shows like, you know, all I can do is go. So it's nice to have a bit of variety. That's not to say that I don't like the albums that just go like that. Nothing wrong with them. Well, unless they're a bad album, of course. But I like a bit of variety, and this has that, basically. So yeah, all in all, I give it 8 paws out of 10, which is bloody good show, Bean. Some other albums that you might like, if you like this one, let me just check something a minute. Yeah, whoops, I made a mistake. Is by Inheritance. It's quite similar. New Order by Testament is quite similar. Let me think. I've got some notes here. Oh, it's turned off. Never mind. So yeah, good album. If you're getting into thrash metal or are new to Overkill, I would suggest this album, or Horoscope. That's The Years of Decay by Overkill. Thank you for watching. This has been another personal spin, and I'll see you next week when I will be reviewing In Search of Sanity by Onslaught. Same time-ish next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.